All right, good afternoon, everyone. We will now resume our council session, and we begin the afternoon session with legislative session day number 28, introduction of bills. We are introducing Bill 2722, Administration, Inspector General, Powers and Duties. A public hearing is scheduled for November 1st at 1:30 p.m. I will turn it over to the chair of our Government Operations Committee, Councilmember Navarro.
Thank you, Mr. President. So in terms of this particular bill, obviously there have been some changes that have occurred in terms of the council compositions and many other things. And this bill was at the request of our Inspector General, Ms. Lamarzi. Really is pretty technical in nature. However, it has been brought to my attention that there was at least one particular blog post that I think mistakenly has interpreted the intent of this bill, has, I think, made some accusations, etc., in terms of the powers of the Inspector General, and made some allegations that the council is trying to somehow erode the power of the Inspector General, specifically as it relates to the Planning Board. And I think more than ever it's so important to make sure that we put forth clarifying statements, which we have done, because misinformation and disinformation does nothing to help our constituents understand certain processes or decisions. So what I'm going to do, Ms. Wellens, if you don't mind, again, just specifying specifically when it relates to this provision of the Inspector General, which again, this is a bill that Ms. Lamarzi, our Montgomery County Inspector General, requested. If you could just clarify that again for the record, so that there is no confusion in the public sphere as to what it is the intent of the bill. Thank you.
Certainly. Thank you, Chair Navarro. This bill, 2722, Administration, Inspector General, Powers and Duties, was requested by the Inspector General, Megan Lamarzi, and the members of the GO Committee agreed to introduce it at her request. It does some kind of administrative and housekeeping matters, including some clarifications of language, some updates that are required because the council is expanding from 9 to 11. It also makes a few very important clarifications with regard to strengthening the Inspector General's powers to conduct investigations, including explicitly stating that the Inspector General has the power and ability to conduct compliance audits. It does some streamlining and clarifications regarding subpoena powers that are important. It also adds, and again, some of these are implicit in the law, but this is clarifying and strengthening the fact that the Inspector General also, there are some protections for residents and others against retaliation, protections for them when they cooperate with the Attorney General, the Inspector General. And specific to Chair Navarro's point, there are some updates, including that there is a removal from the scope of the law, some references to MNC, PPC, and the WSSC, only because those provisions are now obsolete due to changes in state law. So in that respect, it is simply a cleanup measure. It's not in any way changing or it's not in any way reducing the abilities of our Inspector General. Quite the opposite. This bill is making some important clarifications to strengthen her powers to investigate fraud and abuse within the government. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wellen. I also would be remiss if I didn't thank my colleagues on the Government Operations and Fiscal Policy Committee, Councilmember Katz and Councilmember Friedson, also specifically because he has led some important pieces of legislation that we in the committee put forth to the full council, and the full council adopted those to actually strengthen our Office of Inspector General and make sure that they have the capacity necessary to pursue and carry out their duties. And so I just think it's really important. I know that there's been a lot of interest in issues that have affected our planning department and the commission, et cetera, and it is, I think, irresponsible for folks to be publishing particular items that create even more confusion or try to somehow allege that this body is trying to erode any kind of jurisdiction or any kind of capacity for Inspector General to do her work. On the contrary, again, this is a council that's been on record strengthening this office. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and well said. That bill is now officially introduced. We now move on to item number 7. Ms. Nadeau, thank you. These are all 3 work session and roll call votes. The first is a work session in action on zoning text amendment 2207, residential multi-use, low-density R30 optional method development. Fed Committee recommends approval with amendments. I'll turn it over to the chair of the Fed Committee to make some opening comments.
All right. Well, the next 3 items hopefully will be moved through relatively swiftly. The first one here was brought to us by Council Members Friedson, Navarro, and Katz, and it allows for a little bit of flexibility in design of buildings that are providing a high level of affordability. Perhaps my colleague from the Fed Committee will want to make some comments, and then we can go to Ms. Nadeau.
Thank you. And you're right, Councilmember Friedson.
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, thank you to Chair Reamer and Councilmember Girondo and the Fed Committee. We had a good discussion on this. The good news is that all council members are supportive. I want to particularly thank Council Members Navarro and Katz for their partnership and leadership on this. As council members know, this is a zoning text amendment that I think has broader applicability, and we hope we'll have more projects, but specifically will help to facilitate the Emery Grove project, which many of us have been involved in, which has the partnership of the faith community, the nonprofit sector, the executive branch, all who have taken on different aspects of what is really an incredible restorative justice project of reclaiming a community and reclaiming the history of that community, the vibrant and rich history of that community, and making sure that we have the type of affordable housing, the type of accessible and attainable housing, and the type of amenities that this community deserves, and that many people are working hard towards. In order to accomplish that, there are some zoning challenges that needed to be addressed, specifically related to the R30 zone, providing 30% MPDUs in this particular instance. It will provide the increased site coverage similar to rules for townhouses, and allows for reduced parking setbacks with particular protections, including screening, and it allows some additional height, 35 to 45 feet for certain rooftops. We went through the different pictures of the different rooftops, but basically the style of a roof changes the height, and this provides greater flexibility to provide greater diversity of housing types in this particular project. I want to acknowledge also Chair Reamer's work on the baseball field and the recreational facilities as part of this project. It's not particularly relating to this zoning text amendment, but it is part of the broader effort. Pastor Warner, who's been a great community leader, a great advocate from the Faith Committee on housing broadly, and particularly in this project. Many of us were with him and with the community on Juneteenth and Father's Day for an important celebration and a groundbreaking for the broader project that this zoning text amendment will help unleash. I am hopeful that not only will this zoning text amendment be applicable to other similar opportunities in other parts of the county, but this is just one of many examples throughout the county, including a similar project that I'm working on in Scotland, that we can work together to right some of the historical wrongs and leverage the partnerships and the government at every level to be able to move the ball forward. So I'm just really excited about this, really proud of it. It's the technical side of what is a really positive community change, and really, in particular, appreciate Councilmembers Navarro and Katz for their partnership, Fed Committee colleagues, as well as the full body for your ongoing support of this CTA and the overarching project that it will help support.
Thank you. Yeah, that baseball project is really exciting. Johnson Field was a barnstorming field within the Negro Baseball Leagues. And it's been reported that Hank Aaron, among some other MLB players, played there many years ago. Thank you so much, Ms. Nadeau. I'm going to turn it over to you now to walk us through whatever it is you need to walk us through.
So I will focus on the amendments. Thanks for that great overview of the ZTA. The first is clarifying the type of screening required for surface parking, just making it clear what screening requirements there are to protect neighboring properties. And then next up, and the reason for this beautiful photo, is there are different types of roofs. And so this ZTA is allowing additional height for apartment buildings, more similar to townhouses, but we still want them to look more like houses. And so if you look at these 4 different types of roofs, there's certain ones that would end up giving you an additional floor. And the idea wasn't to create a new story, just to let you have more compatible design standards. So the amendment in the ZTA is to limit this additional height to only if you're doing a hip roof or a gable roof, and not a gambrel or mansard roof. And then the third amendment recommended by the Fed committee is clarifying whether the MPDU calculation should be retroactive. This was a question that the planning board had asked for clarification on. Because the ZTA is allowing you to do additional height and density if you're doing 30% MPDU, there was a question if you already have townhouses, let's say, that have some MPDUs, do those count? So can you say, I only need to add 15% more? The Fed committee decided no, you have to do 30% new MPDUs, so there's a word change in the ZTA to make that clear. The benefit to this is if you are an existing development with no existing MPDUs, you don't want them to have to count their old building and instead end up having to have a new building that's a really high number, like 60% MPDU, to make up for the prior building. So this way it would only apply to the new structure that you are putting up. And those are the 3 amendments by the Fed committee.
Great. I don't see any comments from colleagues, so each one of these is individually a roll call vote, and we have a Fed committee recommendation for all 3. So let's go to the roll call for item number A.
Mr. Katz.
Yes.
Mr. Katz votes yes. Mr. Giwando.
Yes.
Mr. Giwando votes yes. Mr. Reamer.
Yes.
Mr. Reamer votes yes. Mr. Hooker.
Yes.
Mr. Hooker votes yes. Ms. Navarro.
Yes.
Ms. Navarro votes yes. Mr. Rice.
Yes.
Mr. Rice votes yes. Mr. Friedson.
Yes.
Mr. Friedson votes yes. Mr. Glass.
Yes.
Mr. Glass votes yes. Mr. Albornoz.
Yes.
Mr. Albornoz votes yes.
So let the record show that that passes unanimously. That moves on to item number B. Once again, a roll call vote.
Mr. Katz.
Yes.
Mr. Katz votes yes. Mr. Giwando.
Yes.
Mr. Giwando votes yes. Mr. Reamer.
Yes.
Sorry, quick question. Did you want to,
Oh,
it's a
sorry
separate
about that.
ZTA, sorry. So.
My fault. My fault. Thought we were combining the 3.
It'll be yes.
Yes. I digress. I digress. I digress. I digress. Thought we were combining them. My fault. That's right. And I want to get out of here. All right. Yep. All right. Let's go back. If you could please describe Chairman Reamer.
Right. This one is sponsored by Councilmember Friedson, and it is I'll ask if Mr. Friedson wants to make any comments, we'll just ask.
Yeah, we could just turn it over to staff. This is a very technical, clerical fix and change to an issue that came up. It was recommended by staff, and it relates to the MPDU provisions and whether or not they apply in the CRN zone and the consequences of that related to standard method development. But I'll turn it over to council staff if it's okay with the chair.
Yes. Thanks.
So as background for ZTA 2208, an issue arose with an application before planning where MPDUs were being built in a CRN zone. And if you read the zoning ordinance, there's various conflicting provisions, and there's basically a question from the community: did the council intend to allow MPDUs in the CRN zone? So council staff looked through the zoning ordinance, a lot of old packets and legislative history, And the answer we decided is yes, there's nothing indicating that council's intent was to not allow MPDUs in the CRN zone. The question then was, the CRN zone does not have optional method, which are the projects that go to the planning board, meaning a developer could do a CRN project, have all these density and height calculations, and just go straight to DPS for all of that. So what the ZTA does is it clarifies, one, that council's intent was to have CRN, was to have MPDUs in the CRN zone, but also that those projects should go to site plan approval. The county executive did send in a letter asking if that, or requesting that instead the CRN zone have optional method, but because that is a much bigger idea, optional method comes with a lot of public benefit points and other things developers have to do. The Fed Committee's decision is let's leave it at site approval if you're doing MPDUs. So there are a few amendments here as well. The first is actually noting that projects that have MPDUs can get that increased height and density in any of the commercial residential zones, just to make that clear once and for all. Next, that site plan approval is required for all applications that develop under MPDU, because it turns out in addition to the CRN zones, there are some CRT properties where the density is so low, you're not kicked into optional method. And so we want to make sure, again, they would go to site plan. And then lastly, there's a table where the density is being updated to, again, note you get more density if you do MPDUs. So those are the three amendments there.
Thank you. Councilmember Rice?
Well, I just want to say thank you to Councilmember Friedson and to staff for identifying this, because MPDUs is actually a very big deal for this county in terms of ensuring that across the county, the whole idea behind MPDUs was to ensure that no matter where we developed, we would always have auspices of affordable housing. And so to be able to ensure and enshrine that in places where it wasn't necessarily clear, we thought it was there, but it's not definitive, is actually a really good thing. So I'm a little bit confused about the racial equity and social justice statement, because it actually does have a huge impact in terms of truly solidifying the fact that we are ensuring that we have MPDU units throughout this county, no uncertain terms. So it's actually a really big deal. So really want to say thank you to Councilmember Friedson, to council staff, and the folks who worked on this, because this is actually incredibly important, especially as we continue to fight with affordable housing in this county. So thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no other comments from colleagues, we have a Fed Committee recommendation, so we can go straight to the roll call vote on this one.
Mr. Katz?
Yes.
Mr. Katz votes yes. Mr. Juando?
Yes.
Mr. Juando votes yes. Mr. Reamer?
Yes.
Mr. Reamer votes yes. Mr. Hucker?
Yes.
Mr. Hucker votes yes. Ms. Navarro?
Yes.
Ms. Navarro votes yes. Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Mr. Rice votes yes. Mr. Friedson?
Yes.
Mr. Friedson votes yes. Mr. Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Glass votes yes. Mr. Albornoz?
Yes.
Mr. Albornoz votes yes.
All right, let the record show that passes unanimously as well. That takes us on to item number C, which is a work session in action on zoning text amendment 2209, accessory structures use standards. Once again, the Fed Committee recommends approval with amendments. Chairman Reamer.
Thank you. All right, so this one was introduced to the council by myself, co-sponsored by Councilmember Hucker. And the purpose of the zoning text amendment is to provide some allowance for a pool enclosure. And a pool enclosure is, under this proposal, going to be a glass or otherwise transparent enclosure over a swimming pool, which community members have come to us expressing a need to have year-round swimming, particularly as presented to us for physical therapy and other just healthy exercise with a outdoor pool. And due to the limitations in the existing zoning ordinance, along with accessory dwelling unit limitations, it was not possible. So we wanted to allow this to happen, and so the committee met. We considered a few issues with it, and we recommended it to the full council. And just a quick wave of hello to Francoise Carrier, the former planning board chair, who is representing a client in this zoning text amendment and is here with us today. So I will ask Ms. Nadeau to clarify it additionally as she is able.
So once again, I have some beautiful photos for you. Because I know this is very hard to picture, this is what a pool enclosure is. So it is a large glass structure covering the pool. Actually, I have 4 pictures. Here's another one. Here's a smaller version. And here's another one. So as you can see, council staff watched a few videos. They move manually. You can drag it over. It's not supposed to be very loud. That's what a pool enclosure is. So as Councilmember Reamer noted, really recently, actually, in January, this council passed a ZTA clarifying that the maximum footprint for all the accessory buildings in your yard is 600 square feet or 50% of the footprint of your principal building, which is typically your house, and it cannot be greater. But of course, if you have an in-ground swimming pool, that in-ground pool might be bigger than both of those numbers. So we wanted a way to make sure that you could still have this pool enclosure without exceeding that footprint. So basically what this ZTA does is it makes an exception for pool enclosures, which is 1, that it should be transparent, 2, that it's 7 feet in height, which the Fed committee amended to 8 feet because the prefabricated ones come in at 7.5 feet. I will note someone reached out to me and said for a tall person, which I am not, 7 feet high would also be a bit short. I can't relate to that, but the Fed committee amended it to 8 feet. And then in addition, the other amendment asked for by planning board was to only apply this to in-ground swimming pools. The idea here is you don't want, well, you wouldn't use it for an above-ground pool because that height wouldn't help you. But there is a concern that someone could have a small inflatable pool, then build this 1,200 square foot structure and really end up using it for storage, which was not the intent. The intent is for it to be just for the pool. So that is ZTA 2209 with those 2 amendments by Fed committee.
I think that would be a greenhouse if they built a large glass structure. Yeah, future ZTA. Well, thank you again. As always, your explanations of the issue are very accessible and make our job easier. So thank you.
All right, I don't see any other questions or comments from colleagues. I enjoyed those images. So this, once again, has a Fed committee recommendation, so we can go straight to the roll call vote.
Mr. Katz?
Yes.
Mr. Katz votes yes. Mr. Jawando?
Yes.
Mr. Jawando votes yes. Mr. Reamer?
Yes.
Mr. Reamer votes yes. Mr. Hucker?
Yes.
Mr. Hucker votes yes. Ms. Navarro?
Yes.
Ms. Navarro votes yes. Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Mr. Rice votes yes. Mr. Friedson?
Yes.
Mr. Friedson votes yes. Mr. Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Glass votes yes. Mr. Albornoz?
Yes.
Mr. Albornoz votes yes.
All right, let the record show that passes unanimously as well. So once again, we are bypassing our wrap-up work session, which is not necessary because we were able to complete the wrap-up work session earlier this morning. And so that moves us on to the final item on the agenda. I need a motion to go into closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of an appointee, employee, or official over whom it has jurisdiction pursuant to Maryland Code General Provisions, Article 3305B1I. Topic is a personnel matter concerning one or more specific appointees, employees, or officials.
So moved.
Moved by Council Vice President Glass, seconded by Council Member Friedson. All those in favor, please raise your hands. And we're now officially going into closed session, and with that, we are adjourned for today. Thank you all.